Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. We live stream our sessions every Friday evening. You can keep up with our adventures on YouTube, as well as catch weekly recaps on roguewatson.com. I'm Chris, your Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by our awesome players. Eric playing Kazin, the half-elf warlock paladin. Hello, Eric.
Hello, Christopher.
Heather playing Bryces, the tiefling sorcerer. Hello, Heather.
Did you forget my name there for a second?
I wanted to call you Bryces.
Hello, Chris.
Reese playing Tim, the Warforged cleric fighter. Hello, Reese.
I legally changed my name to Tim.
Okay, hello, Tim.
It wasn't that big of a change.
No. Rochelle playing Corinne, the blue dragonborn sorcerer. Hello, Rochelle.
Hello.
And Raymond playing Halfred, the halfling ranger. Looks like he stepped away, but hello, Raymond.
Just in time.
Just in time. He was here a second ago, I promise. We use... Let me make sure the audio is right. Yeah, we use Roll20.net. I'm paranoid after that one time that I was, like, muted for the first 5 minutes. I'm paranoid and I have to go back into OBS every once in a while to, like, look at the volume meter.
That's good. That fear makes you better.
Hello.
Hello! Perfect. Flawless execution.
I know. I timed it.
We use Roll20.net for our tabletop campaign and video chat, and I am recording it all using Open Broadcaster software. Previously on Storm King's Thunder, their plan was to split the party. Corinne cast invisibility on Halford and Bryces, both of whom could fly. Their mission was to find Felgalos and either free him or perform reconnaissance and report back. The rest hunkered down in the spire to await the Countess's return. They needed her to retrieve the conch shell from the pocket dimension she'd squirreled it away in. The party still had the element of surprise. Team Dragon got lucky and located their old friend almost immediately. They went through a large archway near the bottom of the castle and found half a dozen cages holding griffins. More importantly, the screams of the dragon they'd heard earlier were much more intense and close. A door led further into the castle. Bryces and Halford, still invisible, opened the cages. The griffins began tearing into their nearby food barrels, making a lot of noise. The doors opened as the irritated cloud giant leader, Countess Sansuri, stormed through, distraught to see her pets in chaos. The stealthy duo rushed into the larger room behind her to find Felgalos manacled to the ground, bleeding and weak. He was happy to see them, and even happier that they had brought some of Yondala's delight, his magical pipeweed that medicinally kept his bad luck aura at bay. Acting quickly, Halford lit a handful of the weed that Bryces was holding. Her resistance to fire allowed her to keep hold and shove it up the dragon's nose, giving him a full dose, though it also dropped her invisibility. Halford and Bryces also took a deep breath, and they all felt great. Just as the... That's how all the best stories end. Just as the Countess turned back toward the dragon to see all of this, Halford force-fed him the potion of diminution. Diminution. God, I'm never going to say that word right. They'd swiped from her own personal stash of loot. Instantly, the dragon shrank in size, shirking off the manacles, freeing him. The Countess screamed for her guards, her voice magically echoing off the walls of the castle around them. At the same time, another cloud giant, Crisaro, approached the spire, concerned about the missing Aarakocra statues that the party had previously destroyed. When he approached the second floor, the three hiding jumped out at him. Tim dived for his legs, Corinne aimed Skullcracker at his face, and Kazan teared into his mind with suggestion. The spell took, and Kazan suggested to him that retrieving the conch shell was important for the good of all cloud giants. They knew they needed Sansuri to reverse the spell, so they told him to bring her back to the spire, and off he went. Team Dragon was in a bit more of a precarious situation. They didn't want to try and fight the Countess with just the two of them in a weakened, shrunken Felgalos. They went into full flight mode, escaping the Countess's attacks and holding her pet feline and making a dash for the archway exit. They also had to deal with the freed griffins, who were apparently well-trained to follow the Countess's orders. Halford used a smoke bomb arrow to cover their escape and a flashing arrow to blind the Countess. Felgalos continued to race outside with the griffins in hot pursuit. The rest of the party had heard the Countess call for her guards and knew their friends were in trouble. They began racing upstairs to the hippogriffs and flew out to the top window to reinforce their friends. Tim encountered a snag. He was still enlarged from a potion and so couldn't fit on his hippogriff. His solution? Strap 2 hippogriffs to him, one on each arm, and attempt to awkwardly
And fly off into the sun.
steer the creatures together, which took a bit of practice before he was able to control their movement at all. Corinne and Kazan saw the rest of the party racing up on Felgalos, and they moved to help cover them. Halfred used his newly acquired wand of web to wrap them, while Brysis launched a fireball. Corinne threw a chromatic orb and Kazan some eldritch blasts. The combined pyrotechnics set the ball of griffins careening out of the sky in a flaming, sticky mass of screeching feathers. At this point, they had an interesting dilemma. They had rescued...
You just took that right from my recap, didn't you?
Have you not noticed I do that every week? I literally change I to they, or we to they, and that's the recap. You saved me a lot of time. At this point, they had an interesting dilemma. They had rescued Felgalos, but still needed to recover the conch shell. Oh, Eric left.
He was so upset that you were plagiarizing.
Plagiarized! I'm leaving! They had rescued Felgalos, but still needed to recover the conch shell, and only the Countess could do it. Would they race back down and deal with her now, or return to the spire, wait for things to calm down, and trust the still magically dominated Crisaro to bring her to them? Given Felgalos' bloody condition, they opted for the latter, hoping that the giants would assume the party had escaped the castle. They flew back into the spire with their dragon friend in tow, and awaited their proper audience with the Countess of the castle. That is where you all are. Eric's popped back in a couple times, but it's frozen.
He's just a black screen for me.
Okay.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. So, inspiration. I wanted to give various people various points of inspiration for all the cool things that happened last week. But everybody already had inspiration except Tim. So, Tim, you get a point of inspiration for strapping hippogriffs to your arm.
Right.
And the rest of you need to use yours before you get more.
That's all it takes to please you, DM. I'll do it every session.
Straight. Yep. You guys are back in the tower.
I know Thugalos is going to need some healing.
Yes. Okay. What is the situation here? Yeah, you all flew back into the spire. This is the 3rd level, the bedroom level. Very top of the spire. And I believe, if I remember correctly, yeah, Halfred and Brysis, you are under the effects of Yondal's Delight. So I should put that as a little thing, just so we remember. I think, Halfred, you think you already have that as a symbol. So I will do that on Brysis as well. You're back. We thought you were so angry at the plagiarism that you just left.
My Roll20 just freaked out at the same moment.
Okay.
It was funnier thinking you were upset about plagiarism.
Rage quit this whole group.
Yeah, you guys are back in the 3rd story of the spire right now.
I'm going to roll some hit dice to get some points back, because I'm kind of down 20.
Did Team Dragon get inspiration for all that? Because they fucking should have.
Everybody had inspiration already, except for Tim. So Tim got inspiration.
All right, but would they have gotten inspiration? Because I'm just tracking like how often you reward it, not necessarily even if we have it or not. I'll say that.
I don't have a system for this. Probably.
But you would have rewarded them.
I was saying I probably would have given it to everybody because everybody did cool things.
Okay, that's the information I want to. Thank you.
So mark it down as a probably.
It's a problem, yeah. Hold on. Are you short resting, Bryces?
I am.
Well, you don't know if you
I
actually...
took some damage to the face.
You don't know if you actually have an hour to hang out in this spire.
Oh, shit, true. Damn it. That was a really good roll.
Yeah, you guys have just gotten back into the spire. The last you knew, The Countess had chased two of you out of the lower level of the dungeon, and Corsara was still out trying to bring her back to the spire. But you don't know currently how well that's going or what's going on.
Probably
there.
have an hour. I mean, who would go back into the room after encountering her? I mean, who in their right mind would do that? So, with that logic, she probably won't look in here for us.
Supposedly, well, we don't know this, but kind of entering the third dimension here.
Now that we're settled, I will mention that to Team Dragon. I assume we're reconvening with the information that we've all seen.
Information.
Well, if anyone's got healing, they need to heal Thugalos because he's hurt pretty bad.
Okay. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna be like, hey, so you guys found Felgalos, that's cool. You rescued him, that's even cooler.
And they brought me my weed. That's even cooler.
That's the coolest thing of all. Yep, you all looked pretty baked. I noticed maybe not the stealthiest plan since there was a bunch of screaming griffins behind you. Who all knows about this little rescue operation?
The whole castle.
The whole castle. Okay, that's.
Well, I mean, technically, they know it's just me. They never saw Halfred.
Who's they?
Some giant lady who looked really important,
Like.
and then the griffin things that are dead.
Wait, like Queen important?
Yeah, maybe.
Like this is her bedroom important?
Probably.
All right.
She mentioned owning this room and the chest.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's our mark. Because.
Oh, and there's a cat thing.
Cat?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's still like frozen in its own spot, but there's a cat thing.
Also, Falgalis has been bleeding out, and there might be a trail.
Yeah.
Bleeding.
A trail of dragon blood leading right into this fire.
Yeah, let's. Tim, can you see to the dragon and see if we can patch him up a little bit?
I mean, probably.
He looks like you could perform surgery on him right now because he's so baked. But
Really? All right, let's do this.
I feel no pain. Do your worst.
I throw away my surgical instruments and use my bare hands.
Let's get in there. Felgalos says that was the Countess, all right. She's been stabbing me with that spear of hers for weeks, I think. I don't even know.
Where's Bryce's at? Is she nearby?
She's right here.
Yeah.
Where?
Up here.
Oh, behind there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
What's your health at?
There's a pillar.
41 of 63.
All right.
That Bigby's hand kind of hurt.
Yeah, let me do some praying.
Oh yeah, by the way, she can do Bigby's hand.
Okay.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad.
It squeezes the life out of you.
Is it worse than a Yeti? How many Yetis of horsepower would you say this hand has?
12.
12 Yetis! Kazan starts to sweat.
That's too many Yetis.
Holy crap.
You rolled 2 1s,
Right.
sir.
Well, everyone gets healed 5 points. After 10 minutes, that's all I got.
5 points. Felgalos will take it.
Yeah, I'll cure his wounds.
How is he looking? Because
he's not looking great, but he's a fucking dragon, so not great for him is not the same thing as normal people. He's at half health, but that still puts him over 100 HP.
Wow, I didn't think we'd get that specific, but all right.
He's literally on your team, so it's sort of like,
yeah,
he can tell you how he's feeling.
it brings up on the HUD. It's
he's joined your team. He'll tell you what he's.
Well, there's 17 more Thugalos.
Okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I will also throw him a Cure Wounds of the first level variety. You get another 8. As we all gently.
Yeah,
there.
All of you around this.
Sorry about the spear stabbing.
Did everyone take their 5 points of healing?
I did.
Felgalos did.
You don't want to miss that.
You don't want to miss those 5 points.
Hey, those 5 points might keep me alive here in a little bit.
It might.
So, a giant wandered into here. It was not the queen, and
Not
we were
the
able
queen
to
giant.
we
They're
were able to
hive.
subdue the giant, and I was able to mentally command him to bring the queen back here, explaining that we need the conch shell. That was before I knew that you were actually going to run into a confrontation with the queen.
Didn't run into it. She just happened to be in the way.
Fair.
And might have only seen me because Halford lit my hand on fire.
Lit her hand on fire. Alright. You guys are not allowed to be by yourselves.
Never again.
Hey, Legolas had to get high one way or another.
She's right, I
Got
did.
result.
God damn it. Alright. So is this still the plan? Are we going to still hold up in here? Because, like, Rostaro goes, I mean, she's probably going to figure out that we're in here.
So I'm gonna hide in the chest. Play
Wait.
inside.
What chest?
The chest is like 2.5 feet wide. I don't think you can fit in it, Alfred.
He's a halfling.
I'm a halfling.
It would be difficult, and you would be
Might
like
be able to fit in that.
squished.
At least fold him in half.
Yeah. I mean, you
The
said,
pocket dimension chest?
The one that the conch shell is in, the magic one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be in there?
as Kazan said last time, though, if you're in that chest when she switches them, you get sent to the ethereal plane forever.
I'll grab the conch shell as we're switching planes.
You're not getting off at the train station. That's too dangerous. I'm not going to let you go to the pocket realm. You don't even know if there's oxygen there. There's probably not oxygen there.
I think that's an exciting and neat idea. And we should do it.
Okay, fine. Replace it with a fake chest
Uh-huh.
using false visions.
Uh-huh.
And so when she comes to say the code word, we know what it is.
So you want us to not be here at all and assume that she's going to go and just check the chest just in case?
Yes.
How do we all disappear?
We hide under her
But-
bed.
I mean, it's a big bed, but
Fuglos turns his giant head to look at you, Alfred. It's like, it's a big bed. I'm not quite as big as I used to be, but I'm still a dragon.
we're not the stealthiest group.
Don't worry, that'll fire off Legolas.
How long does his shrinkage last?
I think it was like a few hours or an hour.
If it's like the potion of growth, it's like 1d4 hours.
Yeah.
Did we ever actually roll that, or?
Because Tim is still a giant for like another couple hours.
Yep. Let's see. Potion diminution. 1d4, which I don't think we ever did roll it. So Halford, you gave him the potion. You can roll the 1d4.
What is this for?
How long Fogalos is smaller? 2 hours. It's been like 5 minutes.
Boy. Yeah, I didn't really have a plan other than getting the queen back here. I don't actually know how to get her to say the words. What was she wanting out of you? Say to Fogos.
Says she was convinced I knew where some dragon magic trove was. Apparently some storm giant lady told her that I knew where dragon magic was held, and
What storm giant lady?
I don't know. I don't know who she. I never met her, but that's what I gathered from when the Countess was stabbing me with that spear.
I demand you remember more of these painful memories.
Howard pulls out a sword. Tell us.
Alfred, no. It's not how we do things. No. CIA doesn't do that anymore. Don't do that.
He says, she was convinced that I knew where some dragon magic trove was, and that if she found it, she would be able to put the cloud giants at the top of the ordning. It sounded a little far-fetched to me, but she seemed convinced.
Did you have any idea what she was talking about?
No clue at all. I'd never even heard of a secret magic dragon treasure trove.
Think back to the stories your mama once told you.
I know that
I would
dragons.
imagine-
I know that dragons hoard treasure, but they don't usually let that shit go. They generally hang on to it as long as they can.
Did you don't catch the storm giant's name? 'Cause I'm guessing it wasn't really a storm giant.
She says, "No, I never saw her. It's just what I gathered from the questions that Sansuri was asking me. Apparently, she just got convinced by this storm giantess that if she found this magic dragon treasure, that the cloud giants would be at the top of the ordning."
What if we traded that information for the conch shell?
He says, "Listen, when I came here, it was because the cloud giants were offering to help me. And you see how well that turned out for me.
Let's send them to Klaus.
She is not a lady to be trusted. If you think you can get her to trade, okay, but don't turn your back on her for a second."
Let's trade it, and then we'll tell her we know where it is, and we'll send her to Klaus.
That's not a bad idea at all. What kind of answer do you think she'd be satisfied with? Like, couldn't you have just told her anything and gotten not stabbed?
He says, "I tried that.
Why don't you just fucking make something up?
So I tried that a couple times, actually. She's... I don't know if you two noticed." He looks back at Halford and Bryces, but she's got a little bit of magic under her belt.
Yeah, well, so do I.
Says
So
she would always go off and, I don't know, use some what do you call it, kind of magic. Scrying magic, that kind of thing. She would always look where I told her, and there would be nothing there.
you said she's looking for a dragon hoard treasure thing?
Says, yeah, something...
So were you trying to point her to dragons then, or just random places?
Because
I'm trying to figure out how we can fake it, basically.
Says, I don't know where any real other dragons hang out.
All right, we have a location of a dragon. We know a location of a dragon. So if we point her to that location, she uses scry magic and sees that there's an ancient fucking dragon there. Could that work?
Says, maybe...
We only need this deal to last as long until we get the conch shell.
Says, I don't know. I wouldn't trust her, but then I've been in chains in her dungeon for the last 3 weeks, so what do I know?
It's fair. I mean, otherwise the thing is, we have to get her to talk. Like, we can attack her and fight her, and I guess intimidate her that way if we can take her down and hope she gives it up for her life. Does that seem like it would...
I mean, even if she calls the shell, all she has to do is say the word to send it back to the plane, and we can't get it back.
But only if it's in the chest, right? Is it the chest that does that?
Yeah, that's the spell, is the actual chest
So
itself.
once we get the shell out of the chest.
Mm-hmm.
My idea's not sounding so bad anymore, is it?
To hide under the bed or to hide in her chest?
Both.
Where are you gonna put all these hippogriffs and the dragon?
Hippogriffs are going to have to go somewhere to
Pretend to be room service.
Gross are turning down her bed.
We'll take down those Pegasus flying over the bed, replace them with our hippogriffs. She won't notice.
Actually, she might not.
Alright,
They're
so
pretty high up there.
what's our best plan for here?
I'd say create the vision of a fake chest.
Okay.
Which
I
only
guess.
works if she doesn't touch it, right?
Right. Not a good idea, actually. Oh, cut a hole in the bottom of the chest and the floor, and then someone goes one level down, and we should cause the shell in. It'll just fall right through.
It's not the same chest. It's like a swap situation.
So there's a chest that exists in our world and a chest that exists
Yes.
in the other world, and those two things would
Swap.
swap places.
Oh, okay.
So if you end up in that chest, you will literally are sending yourself out into the ether.
Oh, I thought it was just the space within.
No, the chest that you guys have is not a real chest. It's a replica of a chest. It's like a little toy.
Again, an exciting and neat idea for Alfred to do.
Goodbye, Alfred. See you as you close the chest.
Goodbye, Superman.
Take this bit of rope and tug on it if it gets too far.
Okay, we'll cut a hole in the ground, the floor, and or weaken it, and then tie a rope underneath so that when she swaps it, someone yanks it, and the floor collapses, as does the chest, and it'll fall right into her hands.
I think we need to just get ready to ambush her when she walks in the door. And
But we need her to say the word to get the chest here.
we do.
She could just as easily say it to swap it back out.
Yes. I mean, we either need to do it diplomatically or violently. And I'm willing to try either option. Once you go violently, you can't really do diplomatic anymore, though.
Let's go trickery.
Trickeration. I'm not clever enough for any of the tricky options.
Looking
So-
at what this dominate monster does again.
Is there a window on this level that looks out, or is it only the other level? I thought this one you could look out.
This level has a window on the bottom, the south side. That's just
Okay.
sort of looking out over sky, though.
Can we assume one of us is, or I or somebody can be downstairs actually looking out that window?
That second story window,
Yeah.
the one that looks out onto the lawn. Yeah.
Let's give that to Tim since he's got the best perception.
Do we think she's super wise?
Well, I can tell you we rolled a bunch of things at that one giant, and the saves were pretty fucking terrifying.
Yes, they were.
That suggestion I got off was insane because it was.
So is
Gotta
the
scroll to
the
find it.
blind that Halford got off.
Yes. Yeah, the flashing arrow was a +10 on con, which
Well, I'm looking for her wisdom to say.
Chris rolled a 1. Yeah. I gotta scroll up a little more. There's the Griffins. Wisdom saving throw. Oh no, that was the. There it is. It's a +7.
Because if
So
I can get dominate monster off, I can just force her to give us the shell.
what's your DC?
It's my spell save DC,
17
which
or
would be a
something.
17.
So it's about a 50% chance if she doesn't have any like boss monster shenanigans. Not to metagame this too much, but because a lot of the queens and kings, the bosses of the dungeons, tend to have legendary resistances. I don't know if you can ever count on getting a spell on from that, but it is worth a try.
Alright.
So do we want to try to just talk to her first, depending on what she comes at us with?
Try to
Just see if
bargain
she's-
with Klaus.
Yeah, exactly. Just try to give her what she wants. We'll get the shell, give her the information. She can fly that castle over there, and away we go. Or if she makes us stay, then whatever. As long as we get the shell, then we can fight our way out if we need to. Does the shell, DM, recall, does the shell act as a key, or is it literally like a teleporter? Were we told this information?
You were told that it would basically teleport you to the maelstrom.
Okay. So if we get the shell, we don't need an exit plan, right? We can just literally teleport from here to the maelstrom.
I need a nap. Corinne will also probably need a nap by the time that's over. A good 8-hour nap. We get Bupkis back at short rest.
Felglos, you're probably gonna have to be okay with going to the maelstrom as well.
Says, I'll do whatever you guys need at this point.
Good attitude.
I'm feeling good right now.
All right, well, let's see what she comes at us. If she comes at us wanting to fight, then we'll fight. If she comes at us wanting to parlay, then I think we should try the diplomatic route and just see if she's willing to just straight up trade the shell for some information that we will make up and give to her.
Right now, she only knows about me. She technically doesn't know about y'all.
Well, that giant I suggested might say, I mean, met 3 of us.
Or he'll ask for the shell and she'll be suspicious and just kill him.
That could happen.
Are you working for them?
Then we'll know that she's super paranoid and we probably can't make a deal. But yeah, assume Tim is on the 2nd floor looking out at the actual entrance. And we will...
What is the value of this conch shell for her?
Every giant leader has one. And it is used as like the way that like an embassy work or diplomacy. Yeah, exactly. Like that's how they meet. They all the giant leaders meet.
Who determines who's worthy of this shell?
I mean, probably the giant king.
So if we killed her and prove our worth, will the king give us a shell?
Who's the king?
Cloud.
The dragon?
Could be.
Dragon doesn't have any shells.
He could be the puppet master.
No, I thought one of the reasons we're going to the Maelstrom is to like basically rescue the king's daughter who's being held prisoner there.
So yeah, as far as you know, the whole like initiating incident that happened years and years ago, or not years, weeks and weeks ago, the king of the storm giants, which is consequently the king of all giant kind, disappeared. King Hecaton. This was information given to you by like Zephyros in like session 4 or 5, so it was a long time ago. The king of the storm giants is the king of all giant kind, and he has disappeared. And the storm giants have not been heard from since. So all the other giants have sort of gone into chaos trying to claim the top of the ladder.
I wonder why none of them have tried to use their shells to go check out the storm giants.
That's a good question.
Maybe they don't care. Alright. I've got it. Plan diversion.
Uh-huh.
One of us stays behind. Everyone else rushes out claiming that they have the conch shell. She'll try to kill y'all, but you will successfully dodge and evade and get away from her grasp, and she'll run back to her room to verify if the shell's gone or not. And when it pops up, the person hanging back will grab it and then run, and she'll try to kill that person too. But he or she will successfully dodge and evade with the shell.
Just give me 2 hippogriffs.
It's a risky plan, but we will succeed.
I like to think after he does this speech, there's just a stony silence in the entire room. So we all just look at each other.
We will succeed.
Yeah, you know we're not going to do that, right?
Let him have his fun.
I don't hear anybody else come up with a good idea.
We could make an illusion of the shell and pretend that we already have it, but I'm trying to think why that would actually help us. Just try to open your chest and prove me wrong. I don't see any scenario in which this lady doesn't just start attacking us, frankly. Unless we say that we got the information out of Felgalos. We create an illusion of a dead Felgalos in the middle of the mask room, and we have eaten his heart and learned the location. Hey, she spent a week stabbing this guy, so she's on board with like doing bad things to this dragon to get her what she wants.
What's to say she will trade? She doesn't seem like a trading type.
If she doesn't, then we attack her and we force her to give up the shell. That's gonna be our backup plan in all these scenarios.
Why don't we just skip to that one?
We could do that. We absolutely could do that.
We'll just have to torture her.
That's probably not what we should do, but we could attack her.
We're all gonna die.
All right. Well,
That's entirely possible.
is Tim the same size as a giant?
Mm-mm. He's large, which means he's the same size as the hippogriffs. And the same size as Felgalos right now, because Felgalos got shrunk down to large. But giants are
Well,
huge, one size
Tim's
bigger.
probably large enough. Tim, you're gonna have to seduce her.
Let's do this.
Tim walks out into the mask room with hippogriffs strung to his arms. Hello, madam!
Have you seen my hippogriffs?
I have come to seduce you. Is it working?
The hippogriffs are just wildly trying to get away. They're just trying to
clawing
get
his
away.
face.
Trying to get away, shitting all over the place. Just
Is this doing anything for me?
What about my compartment filled with leeches?
Oh no, no, no.
I like it.
We deserve to die here.
While you all are talking,
Best play time we've got.
Tim, you begin to hear voices out the window that you are. You're currently on the second story. I'll take it at the second story, but you currently hear voices. They seem kind of far away, but they do seem to be coming from somewhere out in the courtyard. You're to the left, but you can't hear what they're saying yet.
Okay. I don't tell anyone. I
Wait.
let them get closer.
Wait. Like, so we can see them, or wait, sorry, say that again.
Tim can hear voices coming from somewhere out the second story window, but he can't see them or anything like that.
Let me read about this. I can use my potion of clairvoyance to actually hear, I think.
Do they sound like they're getting closer?
Yeah, sure do.
Oh, well, can you hear them at some point, or should I use my potion?
I have not told you guys.
Yeah, you don't
Alright.
you don't know this is happening.
Tim, are we all good down there?
Why did you ask that all of a sudden? Do they sound like they're getting even closer?
They do. I mean, I'm going back to the rest of you.
Hold up.
Are you trying to get into any positions, or what do you do?
He hasn't told us
Guys.
they're coming yet.
Well, I mean,
I think I hear some voices not getting further away.
Places. Where do you want to do this? Middle room or the top room here?
How do you want to kill these people?
Well, this should be fun.
We've got the chest, right? Who has the chest?
It's in the bed. Y'all put it back.
That's right. You guys did.
Why would we put it back?
I think.
I don't know. Y'all were
Plan
team
was
power.
seduction.
The plan was seduction. We either need to go ahead and take it out to make this easier, or we're doing this stealthily if we're going to leave it in there. I don't see any way of being able to do it stealthily when we've got a bunch of hippogriffs and a dragon up here. And they know we're in here.
They don't technically know we're in here yet.
Well, they will once they reach the second floor, I think.
Well, if we're staying up here, I'm gonna jump on my broom and go up to the mobile and sit on one of the Pegasus up there.
Okay.
Let's not meet her in the room. That seems in her bedroom.
That's where she's gonna come to check for this shell.
Okay, so let's. All right, hide everybody. Everybody get in this corner back here, around. That's where she has to come into the room fully. Hippogriffs go on there.
You're trying to actually
yes, everybody
corral. Okay,
corral over this corner.
Kazan,
so she has to come into the room.
Kazan, please roll an animal handling check for me, please.
I'm gonna get bit.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to shove all of the hippogriffs into one corner of the room.
Come on, over here.
They don't really violently react to you, but they also won't do it.
Yep.
They're sort of like you get 2 of them in the corner, or 3 of them in the corner, and the other 2 just won't really go any closer. It's too cramped over there, and they just sort of ignore you.
Felgalos, I need you to be a sheepdog for a second. Don't scare them away. Just nudge them into the corner, if you will.
Can I like whistle and send mine out the window and to go like down to the ground and just hide down there? Assuming they're that well trained.
Perhaps.
They were pretty well trained whenever we got them.
Yes. So you're thinking just send them out into the air to sort of just fly around?
Mm-hmm. Like get back, like go into like hover mode, but far enough away that you're outside of any kind of spell ranges. At least 200 feet out.
And what direction are you trying to send them? Up, away, down?
Which direction is the sun?
The sun? I mean, it's kind of late in the day now, probably like 4 o'clock. So kind of.
So I'll tell them. I'll instruct them to go east, so that way their shadows aren't being portrayed on the castle.
Okay.
So they'll go out to the east, and then their shadows will go behind them, versus being reflected on the castle.
All right.
There.
Anybody else trying to do that with theirs, or just Bryce's?
I had to roll animal handling just to get him into a fucking corner.
and it didn't really work. Well, I mean, no, they didn't want to go in that corner. Is basically what I was saying.
I see.
Alfred starts singing, "The corner between you is the best place to be. It's where all the good hippogriffs go."
All
Curses,
right.
it's working.
Bryce's, your hippogriff takes off through the window, and Halfred, the 4 remaining ones seem to like your song, and they kind of get into a corner here.
Good job.
I glare at Alfred.
And you're
Alfred's gonna sit on the vanity.
sit on top of the vanity.
All right, Felgalos. Yeah, we wanted to get into this room.
So
We're gonna.
on the mobile, it looks like there are Pegasus that she did stuff, so they like would weigh the same as a normal Pegasus, right?
Yes.
So can Thugalos kind of wrap himself around the top of the mobile, because he's a size smaller now, and not be too heavy and break the mobile?
Perhaps. And the mobile was magical
Mm-hmm.
of some sort.
I want to ride a Pegasus, actually.
So you want me to get up there on the mobile?
Yeah, at the top, kind of circle around it like a cat.
Says I can do that. Sure.
It's a good place for you to hide, and we can rain hell upon them from up above.
All right. Fuglos flies up.
Nobody ever looks up. I've played stealth video games.
Fuglos flies up and sort of wraps himself around kind of the top of the mobile up there.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna fly up on my broom and kind of sit on one of the Pegasi.
Okay.
Pegasus.
Okay,
Pegasi.
so you're up there. Meanwhile, Tim, the voices are getting distinctly closer now. Close enough to where you can actually kind of make out the words. You hear one of them saying, "It is of the utmost importance, my dear. Please hurry, please."
That's my boy.
That sounds like a male voice. Then you hear a female voice answer. It says, "What could be more important than just what just happened, Crosaro? I understand that we're in a state of lockdown or danger or whatever you want to call it. But my griffins are dead. My dragon has escaped! What is more important than that?
I'm gonna fist bump Thugalos.
Guys, there's a woman named Crisaro coming towards us.
Alright, Tim, get up here.
Okay. Stomp, 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 stomp,
All
stomp.
right, you stomp up to the third floor, Tim. All right, all of you can get into whatever positions you're going to get into.
Are we gonna try to hide and let her come into the bed? Because
I mean, those griffins are not hidden.
no, they're not.
That's why I set
I don't
mine
think
out.
we can invisibilize all these things, right?
Griffins are also not
What?
terribly quiet. They're just sort of just pawing at the ground over there.
All right, everyone act like we're official conch inspectors.
I'm gonna like look at Thugalos like, which one do you think's gonna die first?
I'm gonna pretend like I'm a statue.
God damn, she didn't have any statues. We're the worst group ever. Oh, no.
Okay.
I'll hide behind this pillar.
Halford, are you up in the mobile, or are you hiding in plain sight on the?
Hiding in plain sight.
I mean, that's the thing you can do up here.
Mm-hmm.
Are-
I'm on the seat of the vanity.
Okay, you're on the seat. All right.
It's just Drax eating the snacks. Like, I'm so still, I'm invisible.
Yep.
You can't see me moving.
You all hear from 2 stories below. You hear the door to the spire open, and you hear. And Tim, you can clearly hear the voices. The rest of you can clearly hear that there are voices. The female voice says, "You stand guard here. No one enters the spire without my command. Crisaro, what exactly are we doing here?" And Tim, you also hear, so you hear those 2 footfalls coming up, and you hear something else with it too. It sounds distinctly like purring almost, along with those 2.
Hey guys, do giants have cats?
I think Bryce has said something about a cat at one point.
Alright, seriously, Thugalos, which one do you think's gonna die first?
Buglow says, he says, "My money's on the one who was acting like a statue a second ago."
I'll give you 3 to 1 odds.
Hey, you know I've died almost twice now.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
You all hear footfalls on stairwells coming up, and you hear the voices talking to each other still. This time the male voice is saying, "My love, I'm sorry, but you wouldn't have come if I had told you." She said, "Tell me what?" And then the footfalls come fairly close, and you hear a gasp, and she says, "My study! What the hell happened here, Crisaro? What happened to my things?"
They're 2 ladies.
He says, "That would be the small folk. They really need you to retrieve the conch shell, my love."
Should have given us a cool title.
She says, "What are you on about? This is nonsense. And where is my conch shell?" Now you hear hurried footsteps coming up the stairs.
She's not gonna make it very far.
Yep. Hold on a second. Seeing if she notices a halfling sitting in her chair. Okay. All right. Halford, will you roll a stealth check for me, please?
I will.
Okay. Do
I think you
do.
fart at them, they still wouldn't notice.
That must have been me.
Hey, Douglas, did I remember to tell them she's a magic user?
He says, I think I told them too, if you didn't.
Hopefully they paid attention.
Something but a hand. Or was it a fist?
None of you actually can see, right? Well, Kazan, you can half see her slightly coming into the room. She makes it this far and stops, stunned. And she turns to look at straight at you, Kazan. You're just standing there.
I will bow. I like do a formal bow and say, Queen Sansori.
Kiss up.
Sorry to meet you under these conditions, but I'm sure as Cresaro has, he's gonna like butcher the name, Cresaro has explained, it is of dire importance. That's
You see the cat sort of just angling between her legs as she's coming up.
It is of dire importance that that we utilize your conch shell, and I believe we have something we can give you in return.
She says, "You're not the one who killed my griffins. Who are you?"
I know we all
Bryces-
look alike, but no.
Bryces and Felgalos. Please roll.
We being stealthy, we hiding.
Please roll stealth checks for me, please.
Oh man.
Remember, you got inspiration.
Yep. And I have Yondalla's. We both have Yondalla's delight on, so. That's not bad. And then whatever Yondalla's delight gives me.
I think you roll a 1d4 and add it.
Yeah.
Does Raymond, does Halfred's pass without trace, is that still on at all?
I don't know if that's it's still on Halfred. But it's also got a radius, so I don't think you guys are in the radius right now.
So 20.
20.
30, 20.
What kind of... Oh, Felgalos has... Felgalos literally stops moving entirely and becomes part of the carousel.
I'm shocked that I don't see him.
That's right. She looks at you, Kazan. She looks at you, Corinne, and back towards your hippogriffs. You're still out of sight, Tim. You're literally...
Ironically enough.
Just the size of the pillar.
You're just literally standing behind the pillar, just trying...
I'm like...
um...
No. Too much.
What were you saying, Kazan? Sorry, there's a bunch of stealth going
Damn
on
it.
all of a sudden.
There was. I was being very respectful and formal
Yeah.
and saying that it is imperative that we utilize the conch shell. In return, we have something that we can give you
She says,
that I think you're going to want.
She said, I have just had much taken away from me.
I have...
Who were they? Are you with them?
I have heard that this has happened. We are, in fact, chasing these people. And we thought we've caught up to them. It sounds like we have. Small folk business. We try to police our own.
Way to deflect, Kazan.
There's a bunch of... That's a spitball
Whispered
now.
from behind the pillar.
Keep lying! It's working great! It's like, god damn it. Dragon snatchers!
Where?
On the loose!
You hear a gasp from behind the pillar. Dragon snatchers, oh no!
Somebody tell Falco! And we can track them down. But we're gonna need the use of the conch shell in order to do it. Highly technical stuff.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not but we're willing to go pro bono on this one.
What?
But we heard you're looking for a what was it? Treasure magic, dragon treasure magic. That kind of a.
She steps forward.
Kaz is still like flicking his eyes back and forth between the cat and the giant. Oh, God. Please don't let that cat kill me.
She says, "Where did you hear that?"
That what? Oh, it's we heard it from the storm giants. They've been having some problems, and they have been suggesting to people that dragons might be behind all these problems, and that dragons are going to be the solution. And I happen to know the location of a very powerful dragon who possesses very powerful magic and treasures.
Okay, two things are happening right now. One, I'm going to need you to, Kazan, to roll a deception check. Before you do, from behind Sansuri, the cat looks directly at you, Bryces, and begins just hissing at you. And depending on what your roll is, Kazan...
This is deception?
Yes.
Alright. Oh! He flashes his badge. He's got an official fucking dragon. I don't even remember what the fuck I said. I say something completely different and still sell it like that. I think we're I told you we're selling tacos. That's what we're here. We're selling tacos, right? Tacos? Huge. Cloud giants love them.
Sansuri says,
deliver them right out of the hippogriffs.
She waves her hand behind her and she says, "Hush, Memnus!" And the cat kind of cowers back a little bit, but the cat is still staring straight at you, Bryces.
Yes, I am potentially taunting the cat from all the way up here.
Oh, damn it.
She comes farther in and she says, and behind her is Crisaro comes walking into the room, but he is oddly quiet now. He just sort of seems respectful listening to this conversation. She says, "So, you come to offer me dragon magic, the dragon magic trove that I seek. And you seek those who stole my dragon from me? What exactly is your price for all this?"
We're gonna need to take a look at your conch shell. Storm giants have also told us about the conch shells, and there's a big problem with the shells, and we need to take a look at them. We're going around to all the giants, doing the whole tour and checking all the, we went up to Yes, just rattles off.
You're just rambling.
Lot of the stock, the realm of the frost giants, and Hades, realm of the fire giants, all those places. I assume he learned the actual name of some of these. I don't know. Really, really like what you've done with the place. It looks really good with the whole mask thing. It's nice.
Which by the way, she was, as she was talking to you, Kaz, and she was walking farther into the room, and she was slightly startled to see you, Tim, just standing behind the pillar.
Don't be worried about this is purely our bodyguard. He makes the French fries that we sell as a side order. Very useful to have.
I'm a statue.
He's a good statue.
I make French fries.
Yep.
Can I be of service?
Not for sale, but I'm flexible.
Do you want some French fries?
She has no French fries. Stop that. But if you do, he could make you French fries. Can you make French fries?
Let's go get some French fries.
No, you make the French fries.
But you know I can't. Let's go get some.
Damn it.
I want some French fries.
Hold on.
Can
Just...
leeches be French fries?
If you fry them up, no one will notice.
It tastes just
How do
like
you think cloud giants feel about leeches?
Probably just now.
Sensori looks at you. She kind of squints at you, Kazan, and she says, "There's 3 of you, and there are 4 hippogriffs."
As you can see, my friend here requires 2 hippogriffs. He is quite large, and we have figured out a way for him to ride via 2 hippogriffs. It's hard to find a hippogriff in his size. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to, get two hippogriffs.
She says, "And what of my study? What happened there exactly?"
You know what? That's going to be part of our investigation, because it sounds like those filthy dragon snatchers, I mean, we were hot on their heels, and they must have hit that first, and then now we're here after them, and then it looks like they hit what'd you say? They stole a dragon from you, which makes sense because I said they were dragon snatchers. So yeah, they probably made off with all that. So we're gonna get that right back to you. Let me give you my card.
As you're talking, Kazan, she walks over to her bed and reaches down and presses what you know to be the secret compartment and pulls out the chest, which in her hands, the chest looks like a toy. It's just, It's like a tiny little thing. And she continues talking to you, and she says, "This is all very interesting. You wish to offer me the location I seek." And as she's doing this, she's sort of walking around you.
I apologize for the hippogriff. They make a mess. Honestly, it's really unfortunate. We're gonna clean that up. We'll have my statue friend here. He's great at cleaning up hippogriff shit. Kazan just smirks the whole time. He's gonna take care of that.
She says, "It is rather uncouth, not the way to approach a countess."
I do apologize. These are some very, very trying times. I mean, with the whole Storm Giant fiasco, it's just everything is really, really crazy right now. Normally, we would, of course, be making a formal, meeting with your royalness in your royal reading room.
Hold on a second.
I apologize. Is this your bedroom? I am so sorry. This is really inappropriate. We were trying to follow them. We saw your smash study. Informed your husband, friend, brother.
He is my captain and my consort.
Captain. Yep. That's And doing a great job with bringing you here for us. He knows exactly.
Crisaro from behind you speaks up for the first time, and he says, "It is of the utmost importance that you retrieve the conch, my lady."
See, he gets it. He's on. He knows.
Sensori says, she says, "Normally I would have you executed on the spot.
Yeah.
But you seem to have information that I want."
Mm-hmm.
She turns her back on you and she whispers some words into her hand that you can't see. And she leans forward, and as she leans forward, a chest materializes in front of her. And she
What do I have
opens.
to roll to hear her words?
You can try to roll it. Yeah, you can from over there, Alfred.
He does speak giant.
Yeah, you can try to roll a perception check to see if you can hear what she says.
Come on, get her a third crit. In a row. Oh, good roll though.
18. How far away are you? 35 feet. You can almost hear what she says, Alfred. It sounds like memna is the beginning of the word. You're not exactly sure how the word ends, but
Oh, that was the cat's name, wasn't it?
she leans down and opens the chest, and she retrieves something from it and closes the chest back up again. And as she leans forward, she whispers some words again, and the chest dematerializes in front of you.
Can I listen again?
Sure. You hear the end of the word, and putting it all together, you now hear that she said Memnor. She whispered Memnor at the chest, and it went away and came back. She turns to you and holds what you have never seen one before, but you are immediately certain that this is the conch of teleportation. It looks like a large seashell with a giant rune carved into the inside of the opening of the shell. And she shows it to you and she says, "You want to see this?" And she tucks it into her dress. She says, "And I want the location of the trove. Tell it to me now."
Well, I mean, yeah. Maybe I give you like, a general region, and then you hand my friend here. He'd be like a third intermediary. The shell, so we can, make sure we have that, and then we'll give you the specific location. And I don't see why you couldn't just, fly your castle right over there right away. I don't want to tell you how to run your business.
Kazan, roll a persuasion check for me.
Kazan is just fucking in the zone right now.
Yeah.
Tim, you're gonna have to seduce her dress off.
Don't do that.
She says, Crisara, and she has the shell out. And she looks like she's about to, like, she pulls the conch shell out and she says, "Why do you want to see this so much?" And from behind you, Kazan, you can almost feel it more than you can see it. Your spell is ending on Crisaro. The requirements of the suggestion have been met. And Crisaro is coming back to himself behind you.
I'm going to send my awakened mind out to everybody and say, it's go time. We need to grab that shell. And I'm going to send it first to Tim because Tim's closest to her. She's holding the shell out.
Yes.
I'm going to say, Tim, snatch the shell. And I'm sending this out with everyone's in 30 feet of me, I assume.
Snatched with seduction.
I don't know what that
Tim
means.
begins unbuttoning his shirt. Hey, I'll take that.
I don't know how high
Snatching
up,
with seduction is like this. Hey!
how high up are Thugalos and I.
60 feet.
Oh yeah, we don't hear shit.
Yeah.
We're just watching.
Oh, that's
Well,
true.
you'll probably see as soon as Tim makes a move.
Yeah.
Can I
Quick
shoot
as a
an
leech
arrow?
on a polecat, I snatch it.
Can I shoot an arrow at the same time this is happening?
If you're, let's see. Oh, you're in 35 feet, damn it.
Yep.
Oh, I don't hear you. Oh, okay.
Tim, make a, I don't know what this is. Make a sleight of hand check to just snatch it out of her hand.
The least dexterous among us.
Lead dexterous.
It's better than tackling a giant, though, right?
Oh
Oh, look at these rolls, kids! Fucking Tim is in the zone!
Button 2 button.
She is so distracted by your buttons
Do
that.
it sexily.
God damn it. Okay.
His actual dexterity is like really bad, but he's so like distractingly
Yep.
handsome about it. She's just like, oh.
A couple things happen all at once. Crusario.
Oh no! Oh no!
Crusario begins yelling from behind you, Kazan, saying,
Did we ever figure out how to actually activate the shell?
No, I mean you can Tim, you kind of get the sense that this is a magical item, but
Sexual organs super quickly.
from behind you, you hear Crusario begin to yell. He says, "Magics! These foul little creatures attacked me!" And at the same time he's yelling that, perhaps distracted by him, Sensori's not looking as Tim just snatches the shell out of her hand. And at that point, it is time for initiative to be rolled.
So good. You got the shell. All right, now figure out how to do it during this battle, because I don't think we want to fight this battle.
Yeah, what does it do?
It's supposed to teleport us to the storm giants.
Oh my goodness. A 1 and an 11.
But we actually don't know how the mechanics work. And I don't think she'll be telling us now.
You just put your lips together and blow. Those are some really good rolls, except for that one.
Wow.
Wow. Jeez. Wow, she just shit the bed. Everybody else is fucking insane
Yep.
rolls.
All right.
Do the hippogriffs get initiative, or how's that gonna work?
Do you want them to have initiative? Are you all can command them to join the fight, or just they'll cower in the corner?
Make them
Let's
one entity.
Let's keep him carrying the corner, probably.
They still might just die from what do you call it, like errant magic in this fight, but we'll see.
Well, we've got the show. We're all right.
Okay, and with that, combat starts with Bryce's. Let's take a short break before combat in mass starts. As you all try to figure out how to get the fuck out of here now that you have the show. Yeah, we will be right back.
Oh boy.
Alright, I think we are back enough. Tim and Halford aren't back yet, but their turns aren't till later anyway.
You need to reconnect, dude.
Me?
Tim is back.
Yep.
And Halford is back.
I
You
had to
can see
reconnect too.
Oh,
I can't see her. I can't see Rochelle.
let me reconnect. See if that fixes anything. Yeah, I was...
Well, I was like, why isn't Chris back yet? Like, oh wait, I should probably reconnect.
Now I see him.
Now I see everybody but Rochelle.
I can see Rochelle. I
She's
can't.
here.
She's back.
Alright, so I'm gonna reconnect.
Yeah, let me reconnect again. Roll20 was doing so well.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember to switch back to the right one.
Hey, there she is.
There she is, yes. Alright, everybody can see everybody. Good. Alright. You all have initiated a combat scenario. Bryces, you are first.
Oh man.
You are currently unaware. The enemies are unaware of your existence up there in the mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
So
go that way.
yeah. At least for a round. So I would like to pull out my scroll of dominate monster,
Okay.
and I would like to use it on the cat.
Okay.
So I did not put in any of the text, but I have it up on a different tab.
I can. Yeah, I can.
It is a wisdom saving throw against my spellcasting DC. So DC 17.
This is the
wisdom saving throw.
This is the dominate monster spell.
Yeah. Or be charmed by me for the duration.
While the creature is charmed. Okay, this is more than charmed. This is like you control it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can control it.
Total and precise. Can only take the actions you choose and doesn't do anything that you won't allow it to do. During this time, you can also cause a creature to use a reaction. This requires you to use your own reaction as well. Each time the target takes damage, it makes a new wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Hopefully this works.
Alright. Scroll of Dominate Monster. So, what is the spell save?
It's a wisdom saving throw, and my spell's DC is 17.
Okay, and you're doing it on the cat.
Yes.
Alright, here is the cat's wisdom saving throw. The cat was hissing at you up in the rafters, and as it hisses at you, you Bryce, you don't even break eye contact with it. You just stare at it. And as you're staring at it, you pull this scroll out and you begin reading the scroll.
Oh, she's staring at the cat?
Yep.
I have one eyeball
Although-
that goes down and one that stays staring at the cat.
I do think we're missing something here. There's something about scrolls and higher level. Hold on a second. I know there's some rule about if it's a higher level than you can cast.
Mm-hmm.
If the spell's on your spells class list, but of a higher level than you can normally cast, you must make an ability check using your spellcasting ability to determine whether or not you can cast it successfully.
Okay, what does that mean?
The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Jesus, that's higher than my spell save.
Yeah, so it's an 18, and when is it charisma? Is that how
Uh-huh.
you, so it's an 18 charisma check.
Is it a check or a saving throw?
A check.
Okay. Well, here's nothing.
Just charisma? Doesn't got to count anything?
It says spell. What does it say? An ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Which is charisma.
Charisma, yeah.
So, I'm really tempted to use my inspiration to try to redo that.
Roll a 9.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow.
Done.
All right. All right.
Oh, yeah, kitty, kitty.
Yeah. You stare that Lynx down, and it becomes yours. What's a good?
It lasts for 1 minute.
Okay.
1 hour is what the spell says.
Oh, really?
But it is concentration. I don't know
Okay.
if the scroll is different, but I'm reading the spell notes.
Oh, yeah, concentration up to 1 hour.
Okay. So you have successfully dominated the monster.
That's awesome. Now it glares at me
And then-
even worse than before.
As I feel the dominate take hold, I'm gonna yell down, "No one touch the cat!"
That's perfectly fine by me.
And you can give it action, or you can give it. You can either. How does this work? You can either, without using an action, give it commands that it will then try to follow, or you can completely just use your turn to move it and do exactly what you want with it.
Okay.
But that takes your turn, so you couldn't do it this turn.
Yeah.
But you can right
Okay,
now
well, okay.
give it a command. You're just gonna tell it to sit. Okay.
No, I'm gonna tell it go downstairs.
Okay.
Go downstairs and sit.
Okay. All right.
That's gotta piss the lady off.
Next.
Still doesn't know I'm up here though.
She
You
doesn't.
fuck with her cat every time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, twice now. She doesn't even know you're up there or that the cat's been dominated. So.
Mm-mm. She just sees it slink off.
Crisaro looks at you all. Well, he doesn't even see Alfred or Bryce or Fulgalos yet. He looks at those of you he can see. And he says, good fight. I haven't had one of those in a while, and you won't get the jump on me this time. And as he begins to draw what looks like a longsword from his longsword for a giant from his belt, you
Figure
also
that shell out, man.
are able. You also see his form begin to shimmer.
Hey, I know that spell. Oh, wait,
This is not that spell. This is.
what is happening?
What you see are two versions of Crisaro step out from where he was standing.
Samuro?
Yes, it's Samuro. There we go. And they all look exactly the same. And he will. Kazan, you are right in front of him,
Hello.
and you were talking.
Sorrow, my friend.
It's like, take my mind, will you? I'll take your head.
That's not necessary. Good lord. I am definitely going to use my reaction to pull out the Book of Shields.
All right, what do you do with that?
So I normally have a 17 plus 5 would give me 22 AC.
Mm-hmm.
Save me, book of paper!
He comes down and it's a bunch of like sheets of paper fly in front of his sword and just sort of pull it
Oh, God.
out of your reach. And he brings it down again. That
Save me,
time,
paper shield.
that time he misses wildly. All right, and he is going to. Begin moving about.
What the
I'm
hell?
trying to like do the shell game here, and it's hard to do with these tokens.
Are you gonna do that the whole time?
on his turns.
I'm gonna look at one of them really hard and try to figure out
Yep.
who's saying.
Corinne, your turn.
Okay.
Read
So
it.
am I to understand that two of these are just like illusions?
You could gather that, yes. But you assume he hasn't
Unless
actually.
they reproduce
I was about to say,
asexually.
you assume he didn't clone himself.
Their technology is way ahead of ours.
I have my wand of detect magic, but I'm trying to decide if it's worth like using my action for that versus just like going for it.
Any kind of AoE would
Just
dissipate
shoot a
it too,
straight
right?
beam through two of them.
Yeah.
What's AoE? I always forget
Just
that.
any spell that has a area
Oh,
area
right.
effect. So, because if you target one of them and it's a clone, then it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But if you can get all three of them,
Cloud kill, like the whole.
all right.
Everybody-
We do have a lot of we do have a lot of us in here, though.
Everybody
Oh,
hold
God,
your
now there's
breath.
giants and poisonous fog.
Oh,
The hippogriffs just fall over.
All right. I mean, well, I can, definitely. Let's see.
We insured those hippogriffs, right?
I mean, technically, she could put it like in the middle of the room, so that way it's like 10 feet above the floor.
Can't really hit all of them with anything. But I can at least hit 2 of them. I will use my lightning bolt. Just straight ahead of me. Well, I can go like that and try. Try to hit all 3 of them.
It's a pretty close
I'll do
angle,
it.
but yeah, okay.
DM says.
All out.
Thread the needle.
Yep. All right. Oh my god.
Whoa.
I literally rolled a
That was
3.
very bad.
Oh, that's right. That's their weakness. They have no dexterity.
Interestingly, Corinne, you put a lightning bolt through all of them. And you're sure that
That is interesting.
you're sure that you hit them, and for a brief instant, you see like the scorching of electricity go through the one right in front of you. But almost immediately, like a shimmering happens, and it looks like Crosaro is unharmed.
What?
So none of them were harmed?
What about the other 2?
Corinne, roll an Arcana check to gauge what you
This
just.
isn't like a lightning resistant situation, right?
Roll an Arcana check. You're not sure. What you saw is you're sure you hit him. It looked like you hurt him, and then there was shimmering, and he looks fine.
But she hit 3 of them.
Yeah,
You're only describing one of them or all of them?
I'm just describing the one right in front of her. The other 2, you saw the lightning go right through them, and without seemingly doing anything, they didn't even react.
So okay, so this one is the real one, but he's got some other kind of protection apparently. What did he say? He like shimmered?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's
All
not
right,
really.
maybe the detect magic would have been the good one to come in. I didn't. He's got some kind of shield up. I guess, or some kind of magic item.
Next up is Felgalos. Or Kazan.
Just rolled 18.
We all, yeah, we need to just duel this out. 'cause
Yeah,
it's too much.
let's just roll d4s. Felgalos will go first. Kazan and Halfred roll d4s again. Alright.
Just change on 18, 17, 16.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Felgalos will turn to you, Bryces, and kind of whisper to you, like you guys are still hiding, which you technically are. Say, who am I attacking? I'd like to go after the Countess. She's been stabbing me for a couple weeks.
She does have it coming. Can you carefully aim? Like, what kind of weapon you got here? Like a fire breath or something?
He says, I'm sorry, most of my magic is tapped out. I haven't really, slept in a long time. But I still got these. He sort of bares his teeth.
That works. Have at her.
He happily roars and leaps off the mobile down towards Sansuri. And comes down on her. And he gets 3 attacks. And he does not have disadvantage on him because you guys fed him the weed.
That's right. Oh yeah, did I mention that we're the dragon thieves?
And does he get the effect of Yondalis Delight?
No, he does not.
It just makes him normal.
It just makes him normal, yeah.
Okay.
It just makes me normal, man.
At least one of those is gonna hit.
Yeah, what's the queen's AC like?
Every single one of those hits. You watch him just come
Nice.
down with his jaws open wide and latches onto her and begins just clawing at her.
Boy.
Somebody want to add up that damage for me? You can just do it piece by piece. But
No.
34 plus 16 is 50.
50.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
All right. That was Fogalos' turn. He lands right in front of her. Halfred.
Bryce's is just clapping and laughing maniacally from
Yep.
the peck attack.
Alfred. Do I have a clear shot of the Countess from here?
Yeah, you can see her. Well, let's see. Yeah, you can see her.
If not, I just move here.
Okay. No, you had a clear shot where you were. You can see on the bottom
I'm
edge.
there anyway.
Okay.
Appears out of his hiding spot from
Yep.
his sitting on the vanity.
Just very still. Just
He's gonna
like a little doll.
He's gonna knock a special arrow into his wombat bow and aim at the Countess.
Okay.
He is going to be lucky about that.
He's gonna be lucky about it.
Much better. And
All right, for 10.
this is the arrow that he used. An Arcanumite arrow.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yep. You see her lose a level 1 slot.
That was dumb.
You don't know what level 1
Wow.
spells she's got. Or how many of them there are.
Did Halfred see that shimmer happen on this guy?
He did.
Right in front of you.
Yeah.
He's gonna knock another special arrow and aim at this one in front of Corinne.
Oh boy.
And this is the arrow he used. Bola arrow.
Okay. Wrapped magically in ropes, it becomes restrained on a hit. Okay. Halfred, you watch your bola wrap. The bola arrow hits the giant, and you see the ropes wrap around his form, and immediately you don't see the ropes anymore. And Crusario is still standing there, totally unharmed.
What the fuck?
Roll an
Like a
Arcana.
hologram.
Roll an Arcana check, Halfred.
Not cool, man.
No, god damn it.
You don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna yell at Bryce's. What the fuck is happening?
Okay. Next
He's
up.
a witch of some kind.
Next up is Kazan.
I don't like this at all. Well, I was gonna stab that guy, but damn. Is it gonna take me an action to use Arcana, or can I just do it?
You have to
Since
do. You'd have to
everybody
do
else is
some
doing
damage and like visibly see what happens.
God damn it. Oh fuck that! I'll go up to the queen. I'm gonna yell to Tim to figure out the shell. And
No problem, boss.
I will shoulder ankle biter against giants.
15 does hit.
Nice.
17, 13 dex saving throw. When he is standing, you may aim for the back of the giant's legs. Right? Dexterity 13 saving throw or fall prone. Okay. You. Yeah.
Sorry, Your Majesty.
You just, like with the Achilles tendon, you just get behind
Yep.
her, behind her leg, and just pull ankle biter back, and slash the back of her leg, and she goes tumbling down.
Oh
boy.
god, do you read that second part? To get up, she has to make a DC 20 con saving throw.
That's if you do both legs. That's if you do that twice. Then they can't
Well,
get
I
back.
do have multi-attack. I'll get my blunt in first, though.
Okay. And you have advantage because she's laying on the ground.
Ah. Oops, I did twice, sorry.
That's all right.
Just froze for a second.
Jesus Christ. All right. You reach. Well,
not
that's
very dexterous.
no. I'm gonna say you can't do that with the blunt end, though.
That's
That,
fair.
that
yeah,
doesn't make any
that was the
sense.
blunt end. No.
I don't think the blunt end part was factored into this item, whatever it was created.
No. That was the bonus action.
Okay.
Now I'll do the multi-attack
All
part, which is.
God damn
30.
it! What? All right. All right. She's
Oh,
able to just
no.
move her leg out of the way. That still does 12 damage, though.
Ooh, on you. I'll go ahead and launch a Divine Smite her way. That seems like a good time to do that.
Okay.
Use one of my Warlock spell levels for an extra 15 radiant damage.
Wow. All right. Okay. Tim.
As I'm stabbing her with that, I'll be like, "How does the shell work?"
Go to hell.
Yeah.
Can I eat it? Can I?
Tim, you may roll
Is it a
either
suppository?
an investigation or an Arcana check to spend your
They're the
action.
same thing.
Are they? Well, I guess they are. I mean, you could have advantage on one or a proficiency with one.
They're intelligent, so no.
Mhm.
What about an insight or perception check?
No.
What is the shell feeling right now? Would the shell lie to him about its intention?
I forgot. I have advantage. No, I have greater favorite enemy on the giant, so they get a +4 to whoever I did damage to.
Oh, okay.
Forgot
I
about
think it was the queen.
How does this help me with the conch?
You're trying to. If you're spending time trying to figure out how it works. Oh, you mean Halford's thing? Yeah. How does that help you?
All
What's he
right.
like, I actually did more damage to that giant.
I'm trying to break it, okay? Trying to see what's on the inside of it. Leave me alone.
Can we recognize the rune?
Alright, that's not terrible.
It's not terrible. Tim, you sort of trace the symbol.
That's our group motto.
You
When it
think?
comes to intelligence,
Yeah, exactly. We don't got much learning.
Yeah. You're unclear exactly how it works, but you are able to focus on it enough to understand that it will require you to attune to it to use it.
Oh, balls.
alright, I attuned to it. Now what?
That takes a short rest at least.
Shit.
Give me that at least.
Tim, you got this?
Chasm,
Oh.
your shell of impotence is impotent.
Oh no. Can we use the shell to get out of here?
No, not right now. I have to attune to it.
Oh, damn it. Alright, plan B. We have to kill everyone in this room.
This is a terrible plan.
I knew it was gonna come down to this.
Why wouldn't you let me seduce her?
I mean, you sort of did, briefly. You distracted her. That was not bad. That's our group motto.
The Vapor Lynx purrs and walks down the stairs. The Countess laying on the ground.
Wait.
The Countess screams after her, Magnus! Kill them! What are you doing? And the cat ignores her and walks down the stairs.
It's like sauntering down the
It
stairs.
is just happily sauntering down the
Cat's
stairs.
just, he's not aware that the cat is dominant. He just
Nope.
sighs like, that's cats for you, man. They're just, I don't know.
It is the Countess's turn.
She's on the ground.
She's on the ground currently.
You see 20 con saving throw to stand up from prone.
She's not. That's after you do both legs. She's still got a good leg.
Oh, that's. Well, I thought I did get both legs, did I not? Oh no, you
No.
made the saving
Yeah,
throw.
she made-
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah. So what does hitting the one leg do? Nothing.
Knocks her down.
Oh, so she
Knocks her
okay.
prone.
So she is prone, but she doesn't have to do the big save. thing.
Right. To stand up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She happened to break a hip.
Let's see. Small, medium. Oh, they're not.
Hey, lady, tell us what's up with your man's shield over there.
Malfunctioning.
It's
Yep.
really weird.
Trying to figure this out. Hold on. Once again, characters with a shit ton of spells are hard to play. She is going to put
Basic
out,
attack it is.
stand up from prone and look at you all, and she's going to deep inhale and yell, and it reverberates through the walls almost magically. Gods, to the spire! We have intruders! And she's going to put out her hands and begin weaving a spell.
You think anybody heard that?
You think anyone has counterspell?
Oh, I have
Is that a
counter
spell?
Yes.
Would you like to use it?
I guess so. At least it's telling me I should.
Use all the counter spells. That was a great time.
Actually, she only rolled a 20 on it. It's fine.
You don't know who she's attacking.
As long as it attacks me.
The peasant still has his shield
and-
up, so that's a 22.
And really, who cares if it attacks anyone else?
Oh yeah,
Um,
is my book shield still up? We're still on the same turn order, aren't we?
Yeah, you are.
Uh-huh.
DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So, you, Corinne, please roll a.
It's a 7th level spell?
Yep. Yeah, I didn't do great. It's more of a. Yeah.
I'm just.
Tim openly scoffs.
I'm not scoffing. I'm horrified it's a level 7.
Yeah. Does it
Um,
hang around, or is it just a one?
No, it hangs around. It's a constant.
Okay.
Or I believe it's consecration.
Man, it makes my magic weapon look real dinky.
That's yeah, it's an upgrade of that one, of the magical
Yeah.
floating leech.
Spiritual weapon.
Corinne, roll
Spiritual
a
weapon, that's the
charisma ability check for me. You need to roll a 17 to counter the spell.
Holy
Wait, what?
crap.
That's, oh, for counterspell.
Yep.
Yeah!
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Go
See,
rolls.
you all watch this spectral sword begin to appear in the air, and Corinne just blinks it out of existence.
I'll just give it the finger.
Nice.
All right, that is her turn.
No counterspell to the counterspell.
Nope, no counter spell. Counter spell.
Good times.
That's always fun. How many spell slots do you have left?
That's right. Wait. Why is he rolling more initiative? That's not good.
Guards, remember?
That also should be
yeah.
a 9, though.
Can't all fit up the stairs. Just
How are we gonna have time to
Dead.
fucking rest and attune to this thing with the whole dungeon coming at us?
Hey, we have that pocket fortress. Just open it now. Let the chips fall where they may.
Brysis, it is your turn.
Okay. Since I'm up on the mobile, can I see her? Because I'm kind of like not down at the level that everyone else is.
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, you can kind of see the whole room.
Wait till she opens her mouth and throw the fork.
I know. Can we force her jaw open somehow?
Well, I mean, the damage is already done. She's already yelled for the guards.
Well, we can force each one of their jaws open also.
Form a line, everyone, please. All get your fortresses soon. That's good for you. So we need to get on our hippogriffs and get the fuck out of here, right?
I
Right?
think
Like that's.
so.
We've got the shell. We've got Felglos.
Why can't we just try Douglas?
We can't, or yeah.
2 of you could ride Felgalos. He's only a...
We're not gonna be able to
Or
rest
110.
anytime soon. We need to get out of here.
Take me away. Not back
Alright.
towards where I have the shell.
Yeah.
So we'll do this at a 4th level.
What's
So since I'm above her,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm about to shoot is just gonna go straight down through her head.
Not a fireball, please.
oh God, there's so many things in this room.
Just so you
That
know.
would be
Okay.
hilarious.
Let me make sure that works, yeah. 30 feet long and 5 feet wide. So yeah, I'll come down about 30 feet on my broom and just drop this right on the top of her head.
What are you dropping?
Poop.
Oh, a Scorching Ray, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
It's not great damage, but
Their dex sucks ass, as we figured out.
Yep. Okay.
and then I'm gonna go, remember me?
I'm
You!
having an exit strategy.
You
And
took
then-
my dragon!
And then I threw him at your face.
Now I have to kill him!
Also, she probably took over your cat.
My cat! I thought she was just being a bitch!
I've
Next
been
up.
told words.
We should talk about the cat, but...
Let's talk about the cat!
Next up is Crisaro.
Yeah, and with the last of my flight movement though, I do want to kind of move closer to the window.
Okay.
Move here. There.
Okay. You're over by the window.
Yeah, 30 feet up.
Crisaro will again. His forms will congeal for a moment. And Corinne, he will reach down to you.
Oh, it's not his turn, is it?
Sure it is. Bryce's just went.
Oh shit, run. Okay, never mind. We still never figured out what his deal was.
Do I still have my
And-
telepathic link with the cat?
You sure do. It is currently just sitting in the second floor per your command.
Okay. Can I give it a new command?
Sure.
I want to tell it to keep the guards from coming up the stairs.
All right. Sure. Corinne, Crisaro reaches down with his large, giant hand and attempts to wrap his hand around you.
Oh,
And,
that's assault.
Yep. And
Yeah.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
you
I don't care about jail.
DC Dexterity saving throw, or he is going to throw you at the wall behind him a full 60 feet.
Okay.
Huh.
God damn it!
Wow! Look at that!
God damn it!
Look at that!
That is a saving throw you're not supposed to succeed. Alright.
The mage nimbly dances
Yep.
out of the way.
He reaches down with his hand and she just dances out of it.
Cartwheel.
Yep.
Oh man.
He pushes his hand aside.
And his 3 forms separate again. Okay, Corinne, your turn.
Ask
Okay.
him what his shield thing is.
Wait, so to be clear, we still don't know which, like, I don't know by looking at these guys which one is the
You do
real one.
not.
Like, they're like shifting each time, and then there's some sort of shield.
Yep. You can roll. It's a new turn. You can roll an Arcana check again.
The only roll we can't make. Everything else has been amazing.
You're not gonna touch me, motherfucker, but I have no idea what's going on.
It's intelligence. It's our Achilles heel.
Okay. Yep, you don't know.
He's a witch.
Okay, I'm gonna cast haste on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my wand to detect magic to see if that helps me figure out what's going on.
Let me actually look at the detect magic spell real quick.
Something going on.
I think there's some magic in this room, guys.
Okay, you use your detect magic, and you can obviously see that, yes, there is a lot of magic going on in this room. Of the Crisaro, the 3 Crisaros that you see,
Castraro brothers.
they all glow. They all glow with illusion magic. You can tell that it's illusion magic. You're not sure if you can tell which one's real, but roll another Arcana check with advantage this time.
So funny if you rolled 2.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. At a 16 with an Arcana and with your detect magic, you can clearly see that Crisaro, there is no shield, there's no magic shielding, there's no magic healing going on, there's only illusions. That's pretty much all you can tell, though.
He's not real this
Like,
entire
they're all
time.
No. Like when you hit him with damage, but you just can't see it. Like there was no. He's not shielding. You sense no magic that would prevent him from getting hit by your attacks. Just illusions from things that you can see.
But like, I'm only looking at the one right in front of me.
You can see them all. You can see all 3 right now.
So we just can't tell how bad he's been hit.
Yes.
But it still does all the damage. We just don't know how bad it is.
But that didn't help me tell which one was which.
It does not It does not help you tell which one is which. They're all glowing with illusion magic.
This guy's a pain in the ass.
All right.
Yep.
It's Foglos's turn. He will.
Does she get another turn because she's hasted?
The
But I
wanded
used
web,
my
or the
object.
not the web, the wand of detect magic.
Oh.
Yeah. I cast it and then I used my object.
Foglos will continue to attempt to lay into Sansuri happily.
Oh.
Good man.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Boy.
How much
Glad you're on our
damage?
side.
How much damage is that?
2 plus 17 is 49.
Good lord.
All right.
I think we can do this, guys.
You're taking out some aggression there, Felgi.
Says, she's been stabbing me for weeks. I told you. This turnabout is fair play.
Now, I don't want to be the one to give the DM any more power, but I don't know if he gets reduced damage because he's smaller.
I read the reduce and large. I don't think it said anything about.
So shut up, Kazan.
Good enough for me.
I can double check, but.
Way to go, dude.
I don't think it was much if it was anything.
Oh, 1d4. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Which I could do that, but I will do that.
Technically not a full-size dragon right now.
Yep. All right.
Shut up, Kazan. Same to you. I'll throw a fireball on you.
Don't do that. I'm by the hippogriffs.
Do
I
it.
got room.
All right. Halford, your turn.
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on whatever her name is, Sensori.
Okay.
And here we go. Since she's damaged, on that bow.
How's she looking by now?
Not great.
Frame Fogos loans them like 100 damage.
Yeah.
20 damage.
Okay.
Okay, wait. If we know she's getting low, like low, then let's not kill her, but like down her, and then she's our leverage to getting out of here possibly. 'Cause
Once these
maybe they
arrows
won't.
fly, I can't stop them.
Hey, the mechanics say you can technically not kill anybody.
Anyway, 18 hits.
Okay.
That's another 14 damage.
Okay.
It's the end of my turn.
Okay. She's looking real bad now.
Get rid of, and he says to Krasar, remove your illusions or we kill your countess/love.
You see none of the illusions move, but you're pretty sure at this point it's because you're seeing illusions and not the real Casaro. So you don't know how he's reacting.
Chicken.
It is Kazin's turn.
Kaz will whip out Ankle Biter again, but this time he'll also say, Your Majesty, I suggest you call off your guards if you don't want this to end in bloodshed. We've got the shell. We can leave now, and you can keep everything intact. You can send all you want to come and hunt us, but you're going to keep your life.
She says,
No one need to die here.
Roll a intimidation check, please. Motherfuckers and your high rolls tonight.
Yeah. As long as it's not intelligence, we got this shit. Your Majesty, if you want to live through this engagement, you will need to let us go. We've got what we came for. And you still have your life. No one need die here.
I'm not afraid to throw it out the window.
That he's not. Don't do that.
Bryce is just gonna move in front of the window to like try to catch it.
Yeah, don't let him go on these.
She is going to put her hands up and say, I yield. I know when I am beat.
Can I tell if she's lying?
Sure. Roll up insight check, please.
I don't know shit.
You don't know shit. But she does say, you hear her say,
You really don't know shit.
No.
Tim knows all the things.
Tim's already tried to seduce her, so he knows her well.
Picked up on social cues.
Are you telling the truth, mistress? I have seduced you.
Your armpits are getting a little sweaty. I know what that means.
Tim, you can tell she's definitely surrendering herself, but she does seem shifty. Like, she's not ready to let you all leave, but she is definitely, like, not wanting to fight you, for sure.
Call off her guards.
Yeah. You have to send out the alarm or whatever you need to do to call the guards off right now if you want this to stop. And this dude's got to stop doing his little bullshit over here.
And you have to
Especially if you want your especially if you want your cat to survive.
Yeah. Or I'll let this one, and I point at Felgalos, go at your face again. He is itching to get some revenge.
She does blanch a bit.
Pogos, bare your teeth a little bit. Good.
Arr! Um,
What's your scary face? No,
no, don't do that.
don't do that.
She says, Crisaro, call down the guard. Have them wait at the base of the spire. And as she does that, assuming you guys aren't attacking them actively,
Yeah, well, we're in good faith here.
the Crisaros blend together, and then you watch the shimmer drop, and you see a large scorch mark on his chest where the lightning bolt hit him. And it appears he was just using an illusion to hide his damage from you. That's all it was. And
We're all freaking out.
yeah, you were all freaking out. He was just you're terrible Arcana checks.
Wait,
We don't have much learning.
does that mean he's bound by a rope?
He got out of that. During that turn, he did have to do his check, but he got out of that. You just didn't see it because he was in it. And no one attacked him while he was down. He looks down at you, Corinne. He says, Madam, excuse me? You wish me to call off the guards? I must go down to them.
Are you asking to move?
Yes.
Oh, I can do that.
Wait, sounds fishy.
We'll allow it.
I don't trust them.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, it's duplicating again. Back on, bites back on.
So, with my telepathic link to the cat still, I'm going to tell it if anyone goes up the stairs, it screams. Like it's dying.
Where are you at? Okay. This was Kazin's turn, or this is Kazin's turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, okay.
Just because I don't trust that they're not going to, like, try to sneak a guard up here or something.
Okay.
The kitty cat is our early detection system.
Well, as soon as you give her that command, she begins screeching. There's someone already down there, is the thing. But it's not any of their turns yet.
Oh,
So
well.
we're going up the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Well, the cat was only on the second level.
Yeah, right. Just a second. But at this point, you guys can cease hostilities if you want. Sansuri has said she'll let you leave. And she and Crisaro have put down her weapons. I'll go ahead and end this combat.
I'm good with that. Like I said, we got the shell. We need to. I don't trust like staying here and resting for sure. We need to actually like leave.
Okay.
You should execute him and leave.
That's get.
She looks at Felglos and says, "May I pass, dragon?" And Felglos bares his teeth and says, "I really wanted Eater."
Come on, Thugalos, let's go. I'm going to shake the other pouch of Yondala's delight at him.
We've got more important concerns. Bigger giants to fry, if you will.
I'm going to tell him, grab Tim. Let's go.
All right, she begins to go down the stairs, and you hear her cursing at the cat as she goes down to the second floor.
Hippogriffs, everyone.
And as she gets down to the second floor, the rest of you can't hear this, but Tim, you can with your super passive perception. You hear her say, Crisaro, men, go up there and finish this job. I want none of them out of there alive.
I relay this information.
Everyone, I'm shouting now. Everyone, get on your hippogriffs. Let's go.
I'm going to have Thugalos carry Tim, because he can carry 2 medium ones, or,
That works perfectly.
in theory, 1 big guy.
A small dragon carrying an extra large.
Yeah, he looks at you, Tim. He says, "Tim, this might be a rough ride, but I think I can carry you." hop on or grab hold? Ah! Like sumo wrestler dive.
One in each arm, please.
All right. You all.
Play out our exciting cutscene.
Yeah. You all hop on your hippogriffs. I assume, Bryce, you're hopping on somebody else's hippogriff because yours is flying around outside right now.
Yeah.
Probably Tim's.
Oh, I'm on the wrong hippogriff.
All right. You all hop on your hippogriffs and take off out the window.
Can I be the last one to take off out the window and just throw a fireball right in there?
Nice.
Sure. Roll fireball.
Especially because that.
A little parting gift.
Yep.
Oh, you're gonna wreck all of our shit in there?
I am. I'm gonna wreck all of her shit. I'm gonna throw it right at that vanity so that way it goes down the stairs too. Look at that.
Wow. All right. You don't see who it hits or what it hits, but you do as you leave Bryce's fireball flies in there and destroys the whole room. The whole room just erupts in flames. Bryce, you begin flying away, and as you do, from behind you, a rock smashes into your back.
Now I do still have my where'd it go? My underfoot potion on, so I have a +2 bonus to AC against attacks made by a creature at least one size category larger than me.
All right. Does that give
So
you
that
21
makes
AC?
Well, it makes my armor class 16.
That doesn't seem close.
Nope. But then I also have, I don't remember what number it gives you.
Shield.
A shield.
Which is...
That only ties you, though.
That only ties me though, so it makes 21.
So he still hits.
Unless
you got something else.
I can bend luck. I can use my last 2 sorcery points, and now he has a 20.
Pull all the things!
As you fly away.
And Bryce's is now useless, by the way.
Well, at least you're not hurtling downward from a rock.
True.
All right, Bryce, you see as you begin to fly away, you see another rock be thrown at you, but you're fairly certain you're too far away at this point as you're flying away.
Our technology is not better than ours.
And you all escape the castle.
God, that
Huzzah!
would hurt so bad. Oh my god. I would be almost dead from just that rock.
All right, you all are up here at leaving Linar Mall, fleeing at full speed from a castle as they throw rocks at you.
Yep.
Where are you going?
The nearest place we can long rest. And attune to the shell.
Well, I guess we gotta go back to Everlund.
Do we?
Yes.
Okay.
There's other things that are occurring there.
All right. You all, I think it was going to take you 2 days. It takes you 2 days to get to Everland. The first day, after leaving Linar Mall, you set down in the swamps. Pretty much the same spot you found as you were going to Linar Mall. And you're able to set up your fortress like normal and rest.
A long rest?
Long rest. And as you do...
Thank God.
Tim...
Level up.
You examine your conch of teleportation. This item is an ordinary, albeit rather large, conch shell that has been inscribed with the Uvar rune. The conch measures 2.5 feet long and weighs 20 pounds. As an action, you can cast the teleport spell by blowing into the shell. The destination is fixed. There's no chance of either a mishap or the spell being off target. Anyone teleported by the conch appears in a specific location designated by the item's creator at the time of the Uvar rune is inscribed. It doesn't teleport to any other destination. Once a spell is cast, the conch can't be used again until the next dawn. So it is a one-way ticket to wherever it's going, at least until the next day.
How does the to teleport a group? Is there a radius?
It can. I think the teleport spell has rules for that, but
Oh my gosh, teleport spells, paragraphs and paragraphs.
up to 8 willing creatures. So it's you can teleport up to 8 with it. Other than that, it doesn't really have much in common with the teleport spell because you can't actually find a spot. It takes you where it's going to take you.
Okay. Do we want to just park our hippogriffs back in Everlund then, and then teleport without them, or do we want to teleport with them? I don't know if the math works out actually.
We can't with the hippogriffs. So that would be 10.
5 of us. Okay. So yeah, let's park them back in Everlund.
Or just subtract 2 hippogriffs and have the other 2 ride on Fogalos.
I mean, presumably you're teleporting to a dungeon, so I don't know if we'll need the hippogriffs at all. It'll be like the.
Also, from your
Storm Giants
understanding,
lair.
the city you're teleporting to is a city far under the ocean. So it's likely not a place hippogriffs would be of much use.
Yeah. They deserve a rest. They've been through a lot.
All right, the next you guys all get a long rest. Y'all get everything back. Tim, are you attuning to this? Because I'm not sure if you actually can.
I can't. I'll just throw it to the nearest person who can.
Who can? Halford can. I think the rest of you actually have three apiece. Or no, Bryce's only has 2. Bryce's or Halford. You can either one of you can attune to this conch.
Forget about Fogalos.
Felgros is not going to attune to a magic item for you. He'll do a lot of things for you.
I'll attune to it.
Okay. All right.
Become one with the shell. I absorb it into my chest.
And as you
No.
oh god, this isn't the way this is supposed to be used. As you attune to it, Halford, you get an image of caves, a whole series of interconnected caves far beneath the ocean, far to the west.
Alfred blows the horn.
Mm-mm.
No, not yet.
You gotta give the horn to the wrong person.
We did.
Just like teleport some random bystander.
The best thing to do is like when we're mid-flight and don't teleport them.
And he only takes the hippogriffs with him. The next day, you all are able to fly back to Everlund and land at the same tower you have been landing at.
Flip off Crowan.
As you are descending the tower, Crowan finds you. And he is very excited to see you. He says, You're just in time.
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
2 fingers.
Says,
On ice.
I have
For all of us.
I have brandies. Will that do?
Of course you do.
Says, but more to the point, he's here. He's in the city.
Where?
There's an inn on the western edge of town. His men smuggled him in through the river just 2 nights ago. He's holed up in an abandoned inn over there.
Oh shit, I forgot about this.
I thought we were going to lose him, but you arrived just in time. So at this point, I'm going to end the session, but before I end the session, just for the DM's peace of mind, you can either right now blow that conch shell, or you can go to this inn that you're being told about. But I'd like to know which one you're doing.
Well, I would assume we do all the con show. We're like that's the end game, so we probably need to do the end thing first.
Let's do the inn. I'm sleepy.
Just go sleep in an inn. All right, Crowan says.
We have unfinished business with the
yes. Crowan says, I have men watching the inn, ready for your orders. None of us are fighting men, but we're prepared to do whatever is needed to eliminate this threat.
Wait, aren't they Harpers? They're not fighting?
They're spies. He's told you they're espionage agents, not fighters. All right, and with that, I will end tonight's session. You all were able to do
Credit.
all of the castle without actually taking anyone out.
Impressive.
I think we killed a few griffins.
You killed griffins. Yes, that's true. You got the experience for those last time.
Yep.
You all get 25,000 experience for that quest.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
Each?
No, not each. 25,000 experience for the Castle of the Cloud Giants quest, which is now moving to your completed.
Nice.
Puts our new total to be 70,876.
5,000 apiece.
Yep.
Wow, it takes a lot to get to. What are we? 10? Yeah, we're 10.
Yeah.
Oops, let me do that.
All right.
Cool. It's good timing. We exactly completed that quest.
Yes, you did. Yep. Thank you to Eric, Heather, Reese, Rochelle, and Raymond. I am Chris. We are here doing D&D 5th Edition Storm King's Thunder every week. We will see you next time.
Thank you, dice gods. Oh my gosh.
You motherfuckers. Like,
That's a
Damn.
great way to go out. Just as you should really end the stream with "you motherfuckers."
every, this will end the moment was, oh no.
Yes, we'll end them. Yeah.
Best laid plans.